G'day legends, Trev here from Trev's Life, and today I thought, you know what, I might go for a ride to Ravenshoe. Ravenshoe's a little country town about 30 minutes away from my place where my old man lives and his lovely missus, Marion, and I didn't tell them I was coming, so I get there and they're not in town. Then I go to leave and my bloody battery's flat. I don't know what's going on, but after a 30-minute ride, your bloody battery should be charged up. So anyway, luckily I had my new X-Tech battery charger on board. So I've plugged it in, the bike's plugged in at the shed, and at the old man's shed. I'm going to go for a walk around Ravenshoe and give you guys a bit of a look around. Why not make a video? Alright, check it out. This is such a beautiful little country town. Alright, I'm going to take you guys up to the old railway yards where they don't use trains anymore, but the trains are like, I don't know, they just use them as a bit of a thing for people to look at. We'll go and have a look at that. Righto gang, this is going to be just random bits and pieces cobbled together to make a video. So this is the town of Ravenshoe, North Queensland, and this is looking down Main Street. This town used to be big on timber many years ago, but they don't do that anymore. And 1,400 people live in here, and we're just going to go over this way and we're going to have a look at the train station. Alright, rightio, so we're still walking down the main street, and then we got the steam railway entrance. Walking along. This feels like an episode of Getaway. Anyway, I'm sure Podge and Kenny Harris and you old buggers will bloody enjoy watching a bit of a video. That is, I think they've turned the town into a lot of cutesy little places where you can go and buy pieces for doing up your garden and stuff. Pretty trendy. Righto legends, the old train station, doohickey, here at Ravenshoe. There's a train that's painted up like Thomas the Tank Engine. Let's go and have a look. Check it out, eh? Pretty trendy. Got a bunch of pretty cool stuff on display, old stuff that I basically know nothing about. So if any of you guys that are into riding end up coming up this way, come and check out Ravenshoe. You can see heaps of old shit. Nah, just kidding. I love this stuff. This train, they kept using it for many years, and my uncle Graham West was part of that, but then the good old boys at Health and Safety put them off the bloody tracks, off the road. So now the railway line has gone to rack and ruin, and the train just lives here as a little bit of a trendy thing to look at. Don't know what that is. That must be one of those little trains that scoots along and does work, takes work crews out to work on the train line. Pretty cool, pretty cool. There's a wheelbarrow, looks like it was built by me. Now here's the main attraction of this part of my little flat battery tour. Oh, the boys must be working on the train. Got the guards off or something. Something's off. Hee-hee. We're all walking around with computers in our pockets that are bigger than the computers that were on the bloody space shuttle. Not bigger, but more powerful. And in our backyard we've still got things from many years ago. That's old-fashioned. Well, that's one fair income spotlight in the front there. No cowcatcher on the front. Interesting. Okay. Alright. So now, I'm going to... What am I going to do? I might walk up Main Street and tried ringing Uncle Graham. But his phone, he must have changed his phone number. Oh well, I'm going to go for a walk up to his place. That's the beauty of these little country towns. Everyone knows everyone and everyone's pretty damn close if you need a hand. Oh, I love this place. Alright, let's go up the main street and then turn right at the top pub and go and see Uncle Graham's house. Tell you what, gang, you can tell this is a tourist destination. Up here in North Queensland, all the oldies come up here, all the grey nomads come up this way during winter to get away from the really bad cold down south. But yeah, bloody every second vehicle you see is a car from somewhere else in Australia with a caravan on the back of it. Check it out. All the way up the street. One caravan after the other. Check this out. For a little tea and coffee place. You don't get much more old-fashioned and Australiana than that, do you? Quick blast up the main street here. Everything's old. Most people, when they come to Ravenshoe, will park their bike or their four-wheel drive or whatever here and have a Ravenshoe pie. Apparently they're pretty yummy. Bloody COVID's even hit here. You can't even go in there anymore. You have to stand out the front and order it. Oh, big truck. Big truck for you, Podge. What one's that one, mate? Oh yeah, let's keep going up to Uncle Graham's place. So anyway, gang, for any of you guys who are city slickers and you buy houses in the city and you do it on computers, this is how we do it in the country. Just put a picture. What's that? 2.47 acres for 95 grand. I bet you can't buy that in Brisbane for that much money. Let's have a look at another one. House with granny flat, 265. Yep. That's how we buy houses in the country. Hey Podge, I bet your NAB in Perth doesn't look like this one. Over here, that's the Ravenshoe Hotel, also known as the Top Pub. It's the highest pub in Queensland, above sea level. Right, yeah, this is the Memorial, Ravenshoe Memorial Park. More caravans. This is where they have the dawn service on Anzac Day. And over there yonder is the Bowls Club. Pretty fancy. And here we have the Ravenshoe Lawn Bowls Club, which boasts being the highest green in Queensland, which is across the road from the highest pub in Queensland. Righto legends, I've just walked up past the top pub and all that to my old mate Uncle Graham's house. He sells that seaweed from the North Atlantic. No, I'll have to ask him where it's from. Anyway, we're going to go into his shed, which is here, and have a bit of a g'day. He said it's not a shed, it's a garage. He's British, you know. So here he is. Here he is. We're coming over. Hello, Uncle Graham.
Hello, Uncle Trevor. How you doing?
I'm walking backwards. I'm walking backwards.
For Christmas across the Irish Sea.
How you going, mate?
Yeah, yeah.
What have you been doing, mate?
I've been getting you a container of seaweed.
Seaweed?
Yeah.
Where's it from?
Norway.
Norway. And it's
Best seaweed in the world.
and they dig it. They pluck it out of the water, not off the beach.
That's right. That's
And
right.
they grind it up. And they
Who's
send
been
it here.
teaching you? God.
Oh, some old bloke in Ravenshoe. And now, apparently, Uncle Graham was telling me if I take a teaspoon of this every day, I'll live to 150. So, he's given me some. How cool was that?
Yeah. Take it. Yeah.
Teaspoon of that every day, live to 150.
Whatever.
All right. So anyway, legends, Uncle Graham's just brought me down. What's this place? The Top Pub? Top Pub, which I was telling you guys about before. Uncle Graham's an artist, and he's got some art in here that he's going to show me before I head home. So let's go inside and have a look. Go.
This is a steam traction engine.
Yeah.
Huge carry pine logs in.
And you painted this.
And I painted this.
Yeah.
And these two people here, the hotel is owned by Wendy Stanford.
Yeah.
And this is her great-granddad and granddad.
Oh wow, they're actual people.
Right?
Is that from a
They
photo?
built the hotel.
Yeah.
They built this hotel, those two people. And they just got off the train. All these people down here have just got off the train, because this is in the train yard down in Ravenshoe, at the station. And these people here, they work with the steam traction engine pulling these logs in.
Yeah.
And that bloke up there, I met him when he was 92 years old.
Yeah.
And I can't remember his name at the moment. What is his name? Sonny Pryor. That's Sonny Pryor.
Okay.
And I took this picture down to show him in Cairns, and he was in a wheelchair, and he'd gone blind.
Oh.
So he couldn't see it. But he remembered the photograph
Yeah.
that this picture was taken from,
Yeah.
and he'd tell us stories about it, and then he'd cry and cry, and then he'd tell us more stories, and then he'd cry and cry, and it was fantastic.
And quickly.
Absolutely.
Sorry.
Yeah.
This one here again.
Harry Brutnell.
Yeah.
Was
This is
the
another one
last
Graham
deep
painted.
sea diver in Australia. He
Yeah.
lived in Ravenshoe, and this was taken just before he died.
And the scene.
The scene behind it is Darwin Harbour, and he was actually diving under Darwin Harbour when the Japanese came in and bombed Darwin Harbour.
So that up there, that's a Japanese Zero.
Zero.
And so Graham took.
This is a warship, and this is actually happened.
So that was an actual scene from a photo.
Yeah. Which I put him in.
And then you put him in.
Yeah.
And he was under the water.
Yeah.
Doing
when
his.
they were bombing the harbour.
Oh, it was getting bombed.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's crazy. Hang on.
This is Rosenfeld's mill.
So you built.
You know this mill down here? The mill down behind town here.
Oh right.
There's
Yeah.
a mill.
Yeah.
Right. Which is now the hardware shop.
Which is now a hardware shop.
Yeah. And this is Rosenfeld's mill.
Yeah.
This cut the timber to rebuild the House of Commons in London.
Say all that again. That's
This
the timber.
This cut the timber
Yeah.
that rebuilt the House of Commons,
Yeah.
the English Parliament,
Yeah.
after the Germans bombed it in the last World War.
Holy moly. And you painted
The
that
timber came from here,
from little old Ravenshoe.
came from Ravenshoe, and was given just before the coronation of the Queen to celebrate the coronation.
Straight.
Yeah.
Was this?
Really historic.
Yeah.
Incredibly historic.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this is.
And here's the Queen.
And this is Graham's stereo.
Yeah, Billy, yeah.
Okay, we're going.
Excuse us, don't take any
Yep.
notice.
I won't film you.
I painted the Queen. See,
So you painted that?
kangaroos.
Yeah.
You know, everything happening
Yeah.
in the background. So as if she's sitting in the countryside of Australia.
So how long ago
But
did you?
that was taken, that picture of her was taken, that I painted it from,
Yeah.
was taken for the coronation,
Which was what, in the 60s or something?
which was back in 1930.
Oh, Struth. Okay.
And that's,
So she's-
that's actually a letter from the Queen.
That's an actual letter from the Queen to you.
To me and the people of Ravenshoe.
Struth. There you go. So this pub, how old's this pub? Very.
1927.
1927. Check this out, guys.
Go through, and look towards your right, and there's the picture.
Is that another one of yours?
Oh, she's got the curtains. Oh, it's a bit flash.
Did you paint this one?
Yeah.
Struth. Everywhere we go, Uncle Graham's got a painting that he's done.
Yeah.
And that was in
So that's the
2015.
outside of the pub.
Graham West.
That's the outside of the pub.
Yeah.
And there's the war memorial.
Right.
It used to be in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
And this is grandma. This is grandma of the lady who owns the pub now.
Yeah.
And she used to, years ago, she used to do afternoon tea for the ladies of Ravenshoe. So that's just a little bit in there. And then there's a woodcutter up there with his beard. You see, he's got his beard just there. And he's waiting to go to the pub, and he's sort of going, oh, for goodness sake, let's go over to the pub and have a few beers. But it's just made up by me. This is,
Yeah. It's like a collage of bits.
and just here, you see this
Yeah.
coach and horses.
Yeah.
Well, they used to do a run
Yeah.
from Atherton right down to Brisbane.
Oh, Struth. Was that
With
like an
coach and
Uber?
horses. It took like 2 weeks or something.
Struth.
You know, it took ages, and every so often, every so many miles, they had to stop and change horses.
Okay.
You know, and then go on a bit further.
At the Uber
and then
Horse
stop.
Mart.
And they'd have coach houses.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Wow. Is that a stage or something?
No,
No, that's
just
just-
windows behind.
Oh, okay.
And I haven't seen this.
So I don't know about you guys that live in the city, but do you have pubs that have all this sort of old memorabilia?
Yeah. Oh, beautiful.
I wonder if there's any Royal Daltons with the with the periwinkles.
And when Edna comes,
Yeah.
and she has a cup of tea, and she has Earl Grey or Lady
Earl
Grey
Grey.
tea.
Yeah.
Wendy gets her a nice,
Yeah.
bone china,
Yeah.
teapot and
Yeah.
cup and everything.
Wow.
And makes a fuss of Edna. Yeah, it's lovely.
Oh, that's so cool.
This is where we used to have. They used to have a table in here.
Oh, okay.
Now they have that's the
Now they got the Bay Marie.
Bay Marie. And they used to have a table in there.
Yeah. And you could
And
sit in there and
I
dine.
used to go behind those,
Yeah.
because that was for honeymooners and that sort of thing. You could go behind and you could have a private.
Yeah, a private meal and a canoodle. Righto, legends. Finished talking to Graham at the pub. Now he's talking to the old man and about old people stuff. Anyway, the bike, I've just checked it. It's all charged up, and now I can ride home. So I guess that's the end of the video. Have a bloody good one. See you next time.